Hey YouTube, Mr. Hub99 here again. I want to do a couple videos for you on some of the guns that I own and shoot. Me and my family have stayed with my parents for a couple days, down here, visiting, and I only brought a couple guns with me that I planned on shooting. So I'll go ahead and I'll do a video on each of those guns while I have the time. So let's start off first with what I got right here. This is the Ruger P94 in .40 caliber. Now, after I purchased the pistol, I purchased a Triple K holster, and it's more of a cowboy style, but it works very well. It's not exactly tactical, but it stays up on your belt line where it keeps people from noticing it as much, and sometimes that's good because it doesn't lead people to panic. Oh my God, he's got a gun! So that there is a little to be said for that. So first things first, safety check. Magazine. Okay, chamber is clear. Gun is safe. First off, let me get a little closer and let you guys see it. As I said, it's a Ruger P94 in .40 caliber. I'm very fond of it. It's a great gun. I've loved it ever since I, first brought it home. I've probably got a couple thousand rounds through this. I've had it for a few years. That said, I hope sometime in the near future to get my hands on a Glock 9mm. There are some inherent problems with the Ruger P94 and with it being in .40 caliber. Namely so, when you hold the gun, as you can see, most of the barrel is way up over the center line of your wrist. So when you're shooting, especially with the .40 caliber, you get a lot of flick in the wrists. From what I've noticed of the Glocks, the gun sits a lot lower in your hand, and the slide is closer to the center of your wrist, which allows your arm to absorb more of that in a straight line rather than being up off over the top of it and flicking. So I hope sometime soon to get a Glock and find out if that's true or not. From everything I've seen of videos of shooters, it looks that way. So, and Glocks are just drop dead reliable. So anyway, that is the Ruger P94 that I shoot. Features. I don't know if I've said it already or not, but it's a stainless slide, stainless barrel with an alloy frame. It's rigid, but fairly light considering. I would imagine the frame just weighs a few ounces. Much of the bulk and heft of the gun is in the slide. Stainless slide is a little on the heavy side. The gun is just a little bit barrel heavy, or nose heavy, which is kind of nice because it counteracts some of the muzzle flip, but not all of it. It's a gun that you definitely have to shoot, and shoot a lot to get good with it. At best, I consider myself a mediocre shooter. Like I said, that's at best, but it is something that I enjoy shooting. I enjoy shooting quite a bit. This gun has ambidextrous magazine release. There's a button on either side, just down here under the trigger guard. It also has ambidextrous safety / decocker. And what it is, you've got, walk up closer, you have a lever on either side of the slide. And on the left-hand side of the gun, you actually see the letter S with a white dot inside, and fire with a red dot. So obviously safety's on with the lever down. lever up, safety is off, and you can literally click that with your thumb and pull it out, and you're right there. Something else I like about this gun is the double action. In other words, you slam a magazine in and rack it, your hammer is cocked. Now what you can do is you can drop the decocking lever and it safely drops the hammer. Then push your decocking lever back up into fire mode, and the hammer being down, the first squeeze of the trigger cocks and drops the hammer. So you can carry the weapon with the hammer dropped, and I like that a lot myself because that just means you're not walking around, ready to shoot at any minute. And yet at the same time, if something were to tap that trigger, this trigger is fairly sensitive. It's maybe 3-pound pull when it's cocked, from here. But once it starts shooting, I'm sorry, let me back up. It's about a 3-pound pull with the hammer cocked. When the hammer is not cocked, it's about 8 to 9 pounds. It's a very hefty pull. And if you're in a hurry, you draw the gun and try and shoot. What it does, it forces the barrel to pull to the right with the strain of your finger. So it takes some getting used to learn that and to master the pull of that first round. Of course, in a pinch situation, if your life is in danger and you draw to shoot, I usually fire 2 to 3 rounds. So that first one would probably go a little off of where I want, but the next shot or two to follow that would be right on target. So that's one of the things I do enjoy, but it takes some getting used to. Novak style rear sight, the front sight is pinned in place, so you only get left-right adjustment, not up and down. So there she is, Ruger P94. Safe and chill. The gun came with 2 magazines, 2 10-rounders, and for the weight and size of the gun, they're just right. I wouldn't want to carry any more ammo than the 2 10-rounders. All right, that's it. On to the next video. Thanks for watching.